Hi guys. So I actually did a post earlier today, which I'm also, it seems, neglecting to answer comments on. So I'm gonna be trying to take care of a lot of that tomorrow. Um, so these are the ups and downs of the week. Uh, hubby finally moved to his shift, and he's working like 10 in the evening to 6 in the morning. So a pretty good shift. We're both trying to not take these jobs too seriously, which the pay and, well, the company we're working for, well, um, but that's probably going to go by the wayside. That's usually how it goes with us. It seems we can't do any job without taking it seriously. Even with the plethora of problems said job could have, like this one technically has. But the hours, like I said, are good. He has now been moved to a full-time schedule because, of course, they need a third shifter. It is a gas station, and gas stations need third shifters because, like any graveyard shift job, they seem to just roll right through them. Now, he's done this type of work before, albeit with less headaches. Though the pay wasn't much better, definitely less headaches. But it's definitely a job, and it won't pay our rent anytime soon, unfortunately. But it will definitely get us by for now. Um, my job right now, I'm only getting 12 hours this week because I'm in training. But the hours are okay. I'm working from like 9 to 12 for the next couple of days. Um, so, like I said, I'm only getting 12 hours this week, but I'm hoping as they train me across both ends, because I'm not only getting trained for the cafe portion, I'm also, it seems, getting trained for cashier, basically the same position my husband's got, only during the day. I have told them that there's only certain hours I can work, so thankfully they're actually going to work with me, which is kind of cool. Uh, when I go to a regular shift, it's going to be like 7 to 2, which is awesome because that means that hubby gets off of work and his work is like literally right across the street from the apartment complex. But he gets off of work, and when he comes home, I get things pulled together. We get about maybe 20 minutes, and then I head to work. When I head to work, he'll be taking the kids down at the bus stop and seeing them off to school. And when I get off of work, of course, he'll be asleep, and I'm hoping to keep him that way. And I'm going to be coming home, getting into my workout clothes, and probably running till I puke, and then coming back and picking up the kiddos. Because I mean, it's gonna be like an hour and a half from the time I get home until the time that they're going to be coming off the bus. So I've got plenty of time to get that run in. I'm gonna look ridiculous. I just need to go ahead and just get over the notion that I'm at all gonna ever look good running. I mean, it's never going to happen. I'm sure I'm always gonna look completely ridiculous. I have absolutely no idea why I'm even worried about that, because I guarantee 3/4 of the world doesn't look good while running. So I have absolutely no idea why that's even a thing with me. It's just I don't want to look like a complete and total idiot, and I'm afraid that's exactly how I'm going to look. Yes, sir. Hello, sir. Yes, sir. You're pretty. That is the baby. As you can see, he's now a big baby. Oh, he's such a big baby. And he is completely crazy, and he thinks he can do whatever he wants, whenever he wants to. Unfortunately, we have not dissuaded him from that idea. We seem to have a hard time doing that with any of the children in his household, and yes, that includes my husband. Um, the downsides. Okay, so we've got jobs. We're going to be getting paid on the 10th, but of course, we're not going to be getting paid anything that we made this week We're going to be getting paid what we made last week, and he worked probably about 12 hours. And we do get paid for the hour and 15 minutes that we were at the recruitment place. I get paid about $1 less than him. I probably get paid about what I made at Kroger. So, yeah, fun times for all. On so many levels, this sucks because I still have 150 that I need to pull in from the GoFundMe campaign that has not happened. So we are talking my insurance will probably bounce. All I really realistically need is 80 more bucks, but I don't know if that's going to happen. Then to top it all off, we're not going to make rent. I mean, that's just a given. I mean, considering when we're going to get paid and how much we're going to get paid, that's not going to happen. To top it all off, I still have to pay our ordinary bills that I had to pay last month that you guys helped me out with. And we're just not going to be able to make rent. It's just not going to happen. So what we're going to have to do is count on paying double rent plus court costs plus late charges that the apartment complex is going to tack on. So we're looking at $1,600 to $1,800 by the end of this month. I have absolutely no idea how we're going to pull that off. None whatsoever. I do know I have a GFM campaign that is not really doing that hot right now. That is just to cover insurance. And by the 21st, I'm probably going to be doing another one to try to cover rent, because no matter what we're getting paid, we're not going to be able to pull that off. There's no way. I mean, he's making approximately 9 and some change, and I'm making 8 and some change. Even with 2 checks coming in, we're still listed as part-time. He'll probably be the only one that's actually going to be full-time. So this is basically a nightmare waiting to happen. Of course, this is the way it always is. I mean, whenever we get jobs or new jobs, whenever we're coming out of such a great hole that we have found ourselves in, it's always when we get the jobs that things seem to just get phenomenally that much worse. That's the downside. We've got these jobs. We've got a working vehicle. Kids are going back to school. I'm going to be getting back on my exercise regime and going full throttle for the next month and a half, hoping to make it to a point where I don't throw up when I run 1.5 miles for 17 minutes. And I don't even know if we'll make it out of this month. Them's the breaks. That's the way it just goes. I mean, unless somebody feels like dropping, approximately $1,200 from the sky, plus whatever I need for insurance. So let's just call it, $1,300 from the sky, and call it good. I don't see how we're going to make through this month, but I'm trying to remain positive. I'm trying to hold on to hope, because I've had so many people that have gotten us this far. So many of you have boosted the signal, have spread the word, have gotten us to where we are limping along, to where we actually have income that's getting ready to come in. I mean, no, it's not the best job in the world. Yeah, I probably could have seen the advertising signs a little bit sooner, but we were looking at so many other things that all fell through. I mean, everything we were looking at fell through. So I saw the signs when I did, and we went and applied, and it still took about a week and a half to get us to even this point. But everybody out there has gotten us to here. So all we can do is just keep on trying and keep on slogging. I crunch the numbers and I look at it in a realistic fashion, and know that realistically, speaking in the real world of black and white and numbers and deficits, and credits that we are. But I'm also living in a world where I had, it seems, the whole entire internet pulled together to give me $900 to pay my bills last month. And all of them got paid. So somehow, I know, by the grace of the universe and by all the kind people out there, that we will find a way through. That we will, and that things will get better, and we will find better jobs, and we will find stability again. And this is just one of those little dips in the road that occasionally happen. This is not going to be a permanent thing. We proved last year when we got those jobs in that one company. I mean, they were terrible jobs in many, many ways. 10-hour days, 6 days a week, back to back to back to back to back. But we proved that we could come out of the hole. We proved that we weren't going to stay in it forever, and that was not a reality. We've done some pretty darned amazing things, and we've had your guys' help doing those amazing things. And I wanted to stop and thank you for that. And I wanted to be honest enough to give you the skinny on what's going on. I mean, we've got some good things happening. We really do. We've got some marvelous things happening. But at the same time, it's always just as you find that silver lining, the cloud still has rain. And that just seems to be the way it goes. But we will get past this point, and we will get to where we're solving again. It's just whether or not we're going to be here when that happens. So just keep your fingers crossed for me. Keep the good thoughts coming. We're going to do everything we can over here to make sure that we can stay here for as long as possible. We're also going to do everything we can over here to make sure, because hubby's just not going to let it go, that I get into the Air Force. I think even if he has to go along behind me with a whip, he's going to make sure that I can at least make the attempt at passing. We lost a dispute again, as I'm sure that I've let you all know, but my brain is so fuzzy here of late. I'm not even really sure about that anymore. But we lost a dispute again. I have no idea how a collection agency can just come out of the blue 3 years, after the fact and go, by the way, you owe us money, and what do you know? We owe them money, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to try to make a payment as soon as we can. That's going to take backseat priority to everything else. They probably will not be receiving a payment until next month. But right now, that's what we're looking at. We're looking at getting them a payment and getting receipt from them that I can show to the Air Force to show that, yes, we are actually trying to get on a payment schedule. And then I'm going to try to actually pass their physical tests. Their sit-ups and their push-ups. Push-ups are always going to be a slight bit of a problem, but I can do them. Especially with the way they're having us do them. I know I can do them. Sit-ups aren't a problem at all. The running is still going to be a problem, but I always have to do everything the hard way. So it looks like at least 5 days out of the week, I'm going to be going out there, and I'm going to be running until I just can't run anymore, and then I'm going to be turning around, and I'm going to be coming home, and hoping that I can at least keep it up for half an hour. Half an hour is about what I need, and I do know that in half an hour, a lot of people out there are able to run at least 2 miles, and that's pretty much what I'm aiming for. I'm aiming for 3 if I can get it, but I guess we will burn that bridge when I come to it. And we'll burn the bridge of rent when we come to it, and we will burn the bridge of insurance, which is coming unfortunately very soon. It'll be coming out on next Thursday, on the 11th, so I guess I will burn that bridge when I come to it. As for writing, I don't know when, how, where, who I'm going to be able to write. I have at least 4 different things that I've signed up for. All of them are due around the 12th, 13th, and 17th of this month. And I have absolutely no brain, as I'm sure you guys have figured out over the last 2.5 months. I have no brain left. My brain is completely gone. I have no idea what the hell happened to it, but I'm pretty sure I flushed that about a month ago, along with my exercise regime, when I just completely gave up on any and all things whatsoever, and while I was still trying to put a brave face on everything. I'm still trying to put a brave face on everything. And what's so hilarious is that so many things seem so much brighter and seem so much on the up and up just because we have jobs. The only downside being we have jobs and we have no way to pay for anything. But we will get there. We will get there. We've decided, since I can't seem to reach anybody about my kiddos and their school supplies, that we're just going to send the kids to school with empty backpacks because I can't seem to reach anybody. I've been trying for about a week now. It's been a bit hit and miss, but the people that I'm supposed to be able to reach, I can't seem to reach. Nobody wants to pick up a phone. So I guess we'll just send them the message by sending them to school with no supplies whatsoever. And when somebody calls me, I will let them know, yeah, by the way, we don't have the wherewithal for supplies, and we've been trying to find a way to tell you that. Okay. Yes, those are the ups and the downs. I know it's mostly downs. I apologize for that. Uh, I'm hoping over the next month I can actually report, hey, I made 1.5 miles in 17 minutes and did it without puking. That would be lovely. I do know that so many nurses and doctors will be screaming at me right now for what I'm planning on doing. But I also know that being a doctor's child myself, and my husband's mom was a nurse, that you can push the human body seriously hard and it will respond. I know this for a fact too because I worked as a postal worker in long black pants during 2014 when our heat index and humidity index was through the roof. I walked in long black pants and a heavy shirt all over the place with absolutely no assistance, carrying anywhere from 35 to 45 pounds of mail at a shot. And I did everything on time and in record time, especially for a newbie. So I know I can do this. I know I can adapt quickly. I've always had that ability. I know that I can push, and I know I can do this just because everybody out there thinks I can. I think the only person who's ever had a problem with me ever doing anything has always been me. I always claim it's always realism. I always claim it's me being pragmatic. It's me being practical, realistic, however I want to put it. Whereas I have everybody else telling me, I know you can do this. This really isn't a problem. I have absolutely no idea why you're sweating this. My husband being the main leader of that group. He's honestly, I don't have no idea why this is a problem. So I'm going to try to do him proud. I'm going to try to do you guys proud. I'm going to try to make all of your efforts over the last several months, at least 8 of them now. I'm going to try to make all of your efforts and all of your championing and all of your cheerleading worthwhile. So I'm going to say this. We will make it through this month. We will do so with flying colors, and though I may be surprised, nobody else will be. And we will make it, and we will come out better than we were before. I'm going to be able to do these exercises. I'm going to find them a fuck lot easier than I thought they would be. It's going to turn out just like the push-ups and just like the sit-ups. It's going to be 10 times easier than I thought it was. And I'm going to stop telling myself that I can't do it, because that's my number one barrier. I'm going to stop telling me that I'm not healthy enough for it, that I'm going to just die within the first 5 minutes, because that's what's been stopping me. That right there. So I'm just going to keep pushing until I can't do it anymore, and then I'm going to push some more just so I can get back home. And each time I do that, it's going to get easier, and it's going to get easier, and it's going to get easier. until about a month and a half from now. I'm going to be like, I don't see how that was hard at all. Why did I even think that was hard? The trick is just to keep it up. And I have a bad habit of sticking to things. And that's one of my worst habits, because I always tell myself there's no need to stick to it because it's not going to go anywhere. And that's where I become my own worst enemy. That right there. I am my own worst enemy. So I'm going to listen to everybody else and not me. Because listening to me just seems to be a bad idea. I'm going to listen to everybody else, it's not me, and I'm going to keep trying. Even if I don't make it in, even if I don't, I'll set up a habit that'll be hard to break. And that habit will actually make me feel better. It'll make me healthier. In many ways, it'll make me happier. It'll give me another way to relieve stress. This can be nothing but a good thing. So I give you the ups and I give you the downs. And I am going to say that somehow, I don't know how, I can't predict the future yet. They haven't given me those little machines, with which to do it with, but I know somehow that we will not only make it through this month, we will do it 10 times better than what I expected. Because that's what happened last month, and the month before that, and the month before that, and the month before that. So just keep your fingers crossed for me, guys. Hang in tight there. I do apologize. I know it's at like 22 minutes on the clock, and I'm still rambling. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stop while you still have the brains left to think and comprehend after all my drivel. I'm going to say thank you always for listening and for leaving comments and for sending love and support. Thank you so much. We wouldn't have made it this far without you. And for you all to take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and know that I love you.